Hi, good day everyone. My name is Joseph. I am the one championing Pillars Concepts. I want to first of all thank you so much for sharing your feedback from the first session. And today we are going to be focusing on signing into Microsoft Teams as a first time user and to schedule the very first meeting in Microsoft Teams. So we are going to our browser straight away and we are going to do teams.microsoft.com. And then when this occurs, let's say your admin sends you your username and password. So here, when you type teams.microsoft.com, it asks you to supply your email, your phone number, or your Skype. So you supply the email address generated for you by your admin, Control C, and then you do Control V, you do next. So the next thing you're going to do is to put the temporary password that the admin sends to you. You can now do it this way, enter, and then it loads. It asks you to save or never. So the current password is the one we have copied. If you are not sure, you can copy it again, Ctrl C, then you paste it here. Then you can supply the password that you want to supply, and then you repeat. So it means that this is the temporary password. This is the password that only you know, and this one is the one that verifies this one. Remember, the admin has this for you, but you have changed to what you know. So you can click on next, and then you wait for it to load, and then it asks you to either save or not. You can decide what happens. Then you can click on yes, and then you wait for it to load. So this is the first time that Microsoft Teams is going to be launching for that user, test user 22. So let's hold on. Okay, it's initializing, and then here we go. So get the Windows app. If you choose to, you can download if you don't have it already, but it also work very well on the web here with what we want to do today. So it loads, and yeah, here we go. Here is now that account signed into Teams the very first time. Alright, so if you check very well, it's going to be test user 22 at pillarsconcept.com, which was the credentials supplied by the admin. And then here is the user signed in. Let's say this user wants to inquire some things from the admin, or there is a lecture that he wants to take regarding Microsoft Teams and how to make use of it. Remember, from the left hand side, he has app, he has call, he has calendar, he has Teams that it belongs to, he has option to chat, and then notification. But the target here is this user wants to create the very first meeting in Microsoft Teams so that he can get to talk with the admin to learn more about how to use Microsoft Teams. Let's say the title of this meeting is going to have is first timer, so you can click on calendar. Okay, so calendar should load in a minute. So yes, calendar is loaded, and let's say this user wants to schedule the meeting. It can click on new meeting, and then that opens up another page. Just a moment. Yes, so let's say first timer or first meeting in Teams. Let's say first meeting in Teams. All right, okay. Now let's add attendees. This is required, right? Let's say we want to add one admin of the tenant. Admin, yeah, this is the admin that I'm interested in. Let's say I want to bring my counterparts who we just started using Teams together at the same time. Let's say this user test 33, and let's say there's another test user 2 that is test user. All right, so these are the users that I want to be present in this meeting. Okay, so what I would do is to check the timing. Here is 9:34. Let's say I want to put the meeting by 10:00 a.m. and then it should last for 30 minutes. Depends on me. I can decide to change the timing I can decide to change the time I want to start the meeting to whatever I want. I can decide to put it at 10:30, and then by default it's going to be assuming 30 minutes meeting. That I can extend this because a Teams meeting can last for 24 hours. All right, so I can decide to put it at 1 hour. Right. So, but just to let you know, it's not going to end the meeting after 1 hour. There's going to be a prompt at the header of your Teams meeting 5 minutes before the end, stating that the meeting is going to be ending in the next 5 minutes. It's just informational. After which it will go off. Okay, so that is just a reminder for you to know that you are almost rounding off the time allotted for that meeting. So what's the next step for this user to do is to click on send. So when he clicks on send, it loads, and then it shows up here in his own calendar, and also in the users who were invited will also have it in their calendar. Let's say we want to go to the admin user, admin at Pillars Concept, Joseph Afeso, that was invited to this meeting. Here we go now, and then let's check his calendar. We're going to have the meeting here. First meeting in Teams. Test 22 is the organizer of that meeting. Okay, right. So now this user is here in the application, and this other one is here on the web, right? So as the time comes and I want to start the meeting, I click on this and then I click on join. Whether to allow or block microphone, let me just allow. I can click on continue. Remember, this is my first time here, so all right. So it's going to come up this way, and I'm going to join the meeting muted for now. Okay, so the meeting is connecting. Okay, here the meeting is set right now, but is waiting for others to join this, right? So let's now check on the admin that was invited. Let's say the admin is not coming up in the meeting. Let's say the admin is not even in the calendar at this moment. It's just somewhere here and is not joining this meeting. So what we can do to bring admin's attention that the meeting has already started or the time is here, we can go to people. Remember, this is the test user 22 now. Once you call, let the admin know that, hey, it's time already for the meeting, right? So he has to click on people, and then these are the people that are invited. These guys are offline for now from their status, offline. The other one is offline, but the admin is online without response. So I can decide to request him to join. So he's going to get a ring at his end. Let's minimize this and bring up his own application. So he's going to get something like this. So he can decide to accept from here or to decline, or he can go to his calendar, right, to join the meeting. These are the various options. You can join from here, you can accept from here, but for now let's accept since I'm being called into this meeting. So here we go. I will now adjust. Let me first of all mute my microphone and join the meeting, right? So from here I will see that yes, I'm in this meeting right now. If I check on people, I'm going to be having myself and test 22 as the organizer, which is who is the organizer of this meeting. So the two of us are here right now. Okay, so let's check from the organizer's end, who is on the browser right here. So this one is here. He's not speaking right now because he's muted, right? So let's now unmute the microphone for him and say, hello, admin. Thank you so much for inviting me to Teams. I have just tried to sign in and I have a few things I will need to ask you. And then let's go to the admin's end right now and see the admin respond to what the user is saying by unmuting himself. So he will say, hey, thank you so much, user. I'm here now to assist you to navigate you through everything that you're going to learn. Okay. So at the moment, you find out that we have been able to set up the meeting and it is running. Let's say from this end user's side, he wants to make sure that the meeting that is going to be held is recorded for future reference, he can just go to more and then he click on record and then he click on start recording. So the recording has started right now. Let's say this user unmute and speak. Thank you, admin.
Thank you, admin.
I have
I
now
have
started
now started
recording.
recording.
Kindly
Kindly
start up now
start
so
up
that I
now
can
so that
have
I can have
all the session
all the
recorded
session
for
recorded for
future
future
reference.
reference.
So thank you so
So
much
thank you so
for
much for
being available
being
at this time.
available at this time.
So that's how it is. This is the transcription of whatever I'm saying, and the admin can hear from his own end as well. So the admin say, okay, we can now
We can
start.
now start.
So this is
So
how it can be. This is how to schedule Teams meeting and join the meeting. Now let's look at another point that is very important here. Is how to stop the recording and where is the recording going to be saved. Haven't recorded whatever that is being said in this meeting. I want to stop the recording. I stop the recording. So the next question is, where am I going to have this recording in case I want to make use of it in the future? So the number one thing or the number one place to get this recording is on the meeting charts. Okay. So every meeting has its own charts. If you go to chart from the admin's end, you're going to see this. Right, you're going to see this session here as the charts. Recording has stopped, and here is the recording. Okay, so and very importantly, you must take note of this. From the admin's end who was invited, he only has option to leave. Take note of that. And then from the user who organized the meeting, he has this on his end. He has option to leave, and he has a drop down option, right? So if he clicks on leave, the meeting will still be on. And if the meeting is still on and the recording is not stopped, it will not automatically stop until the meeting has ended. So if you want the recording to end as the meeting is ending, instead of just clicking on leave as the organizer, then you can click on this drop down and come to end meeting, then ask to confirm, say yes. So if this happens, even the admin who was invited can no longer be in the meeting because the user who organized the meeting has ended the meeting. Now here is a recording of that session for 59 seconds. So the user who recorded the meeting can come back here, or the admin can come back here to click and view. But in cases where this is not accessible at that moment, is the number two concern that one will be asking. What if I don't have this on the chart, or where is this saved for me to, have access to at any point in time? So if you go back to the the end user's end who recorded the meeting, and you click on this nine ellipses, excuse me, and then you go to OneDrive, because he is the one that initiated the recording. You are going to have, excuse me, you are going to have the recording stored in his OneDrive. So just give it some time. Let's have the OneDrive open. And because he is just the first time signing in, this is the only file that he has, and that recording is going to be saved here. So he can decide, because that meeting is just in that chat, he can now decide to share this recording with others as it pleases him. He can click on share, and then he can decide to share with specific people in the organization. He can decide to share to anyone, depends on the permission level that he has. But he has these several options. Anyone with a link, he has the option of people in my organization with this pillars concept with this link. He has option to send this to people with existing access, and to specific persons or to specific people where he will have to get the option to apply this, and then input the email address of whoever he wants to send it to. Let's say he wants to send it to a user that was not invited to the meeting, let's say this user, he can send it and the user is going to have access to the meeting recording sent from the user's OneDrive to him. So we'll have quite other options of where meeting recording can be set up. We have the option of Teams channel, and then we'll have the option of Meet Now in channel. So that's going to be covered in the subsequent session. I hope I was able to make this brief and clear as possible. If you have any question, you can ask me. If you need a professional to assist you to set up your teams in your environment or to help you create meetings and manage them, then you can consult me by sending me a DM or you can drop a message for me on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to hearing back from you soon. Bye.